Wanted to walk through this pressure real quick. This is a play I'm sure as Packers fans, a lot of people are not going to want to watch. But, this was not the play that ended the game. It ended up being a touchdown, and then we had a nice play afterwards that I'm going to talk about later, not in this video. But this is the one that it was 23-23 at this point. This is the one that kind of put the Vikings up, and the Packers scored the very next play. But I just want to take a look at this just from the pressure perspective. But I do want to talk about the offensive concept first that they're running. So actually, I'm going to run this real quick because we got some motion across the formation here. So what's going to happen, and this is going to be something that's very familiar to people anyone who's paid attention to me. This is going to be a mesh concept. I think that's like that. I can't remember. Maybe this guy crosses across. I should have done that before. And this is going to be Jefferson's going to be the guy that gets the touchdown. And the way you read mesh, generally, if we go by kind of how it was drawn up, how Mummy kind of designed, not how Mummy, went back to BYU, but whatever. The way this was kind of read, it's vertical. You read the vertical, and if you don't like the vertical, you move to the middle because you have roughly three in the middle. So you've got the bang, bang, and you've got this guy. Sometimes that's a crosser. Sometimes it's flat underneath, but you basically go vertical, middle, and then your checkdowns. And in this case, the checkdown is actually it's kind of cool. The checkdown here is a wheel route, which we've seen before, but Cousins is going to go again. Okay, it doesn't matter. First read is just going to be this vertical route. So that's 1. We'll say the middle is 2. We'll give that 3, even though that's kind of looped up with those. And then this is going to be 4. So it's your reads there. Cousins likes the vertical. When, the way this was drawn up, this is not necessarily you go to the vertical here in this instance, but he likes Jefferson. He likes that matchup. It's one-on-one with a rookie. So we'll just get this out of the way first. So it's you got the mesh there. Bang, bang, over the middle. Cousins throws it. I mean, it's good coverage by Stokes, but he just goes back shoulder on him. Stokes looks back for the back shoulder too late. Jefferson makes a move. It's a good play by Jefferson. Man, that stinks. And it's underthrown a bit, but not really too much. It's a really good throw by Cousins. I don't like giving Kirk Cousins any credit, but it's relatively well thrown by Cousins there. But I want to talk about the blitz here because the pressure stuff, I mean, this is something the Packers were going to have to do because they were missing some of their key guys. Obviously Za'Darius Smith is still down. Gary didn't play this game. You can look right here. You got Preston Smith, which is good. Kenny Clark, Campbell, who's their inside linebacker. He's not really a blitzer. Oren Burks, they bring in during the pressure packages there. You've got that Spider Garvin on the edge there. Like it's not, these are not big name guys here, but what they end up drawing up, it's something that is designed to get pressure. You don't know how many guys are coming. You've got, a whole lot of guys here and you can be bringing any one of them. So what they end up doing is pressing off the edge. What you would think is pressing off the edge and Spider Garvin off the edge. And that's kind of what you think initially. What they do is pressing off the edge. He actually peels off. He ends up picking up the wheel here. So he does not end up as a rusher. But you have Devondre Campbell head up over the center. He's coming. You have Kingsley Keke there. So right now you've got, okay, this guy's tied up. This guy's tied up. You bring Burks coming in through here. You got Clark through here. And this guy then... this guy has to kind of block out here. Like he has to respect that. And so he's tied up with here because you have to believe Garvin's coming. And then what they do, they bring kind of a cross blitz then. Savage, who's kind of lurking, he comes in and blitz. So you've got this double A gap blitz basically. The A gap is on either side of the center. So A, B, C basically. So you're bringing a double A gap blitz. And so you're bringing more guys than they can block right now. So and I just want to play this because it's a really, really nicely done blitz. And unfortunately, it just doesn't hit in time because Cousins is able to get that ball off. He doesn't have to, if he has to progress past his first read, this play's done. So we're going to see what ends up happening. Okay, so Burks lurks up. And what this tells this guy here, then, okay, I got to look at Burks because that's coming here. What you want to do as a protector, and that's a relatively quick thing, you're looking at, you want to cut off the quickest path to the quarterback. Quickest path to the quarterback is up the middle. And so I don't know exactly what all the protection rules are, but this guy shifts here. So basically what you're looking at is he's going to Burks. He's got Campbell. He's got Clark. He's got Garvin, even though Garvin peels off. And then, so you basically have, you've got the free gap. What you think is Burks, he ends up letting Burks through. So he picks up Burks. So that means you have right here, you've got Keke up the middle, and you've got Savage. And so it's a double A gap blitz. It doesn't get through that A gap. It's basically, so it ends up getting BC basically is what ends up happening. So we'll run that. You now have, okay, So he's tied up. We'll run this back here in a second. He's tied up with a man who is now taking that wheel. So he's blocking nobody. This block here, he ends up taking Burks, which means Kiki has a free run, which means Savage has a free run. So you've got 6 rushers, and you've got 2 unblocked, which is really nice. Like, that's a well drawn out blitz. Cousins sees it again. Cousins fades and then tosses that. And probably a bit of a push off there, but we're not going to dwell on it there. We'll see. Is there a push off there? So we'll see. He's got him there. Yeah, it's hand fighting. That's nothing big. And then he kind of gets in because Jefferson is really, really good. Stokes had a rough day. This was a tough play on him, but we're just gonna play this back full speed. So again, mesh concept from the offense. First read is the vertical. And Cousins does not have time to go past that. They end up sending 5 guys out in the formation, which leaves Kiki and Savage. So really nice timed blitz. Burke shows. The fact that Burke shows there means that that's tied up. If he doesn't show so early, he gets that run through the A gap. But it really doesn't matter. You're basically putting right there. You're putting 2 men on that 1 man there. And so as long as one of those guys gets free, you're fine. So one gets free. And then Savage shows late and shoots through the A gap. So nicely drawn blitz. It's a shame it didn't work out, but I really like that blitz.